When addressing this point, Jung emphasized that many individuals believe life should be free from obstacles and that suffering should be minimized, avoiding challenges. However, Jung approached his patients frankly, telling them that life is not characterized by ease and that comfort and tranquility do not represent our natural state. For him, the real question was to accept the inevitability of adversity and recognize that valuable achievements are rarely obtained without effort. Accepting difficulties as inherent to life puts us on solid ground of reality, from where we can effect changes. Jung argued that by accepting that life is full of challenges, we would understand that only through the development of a strengthened character would we have any chance of living in a meaningful and enjoyable way. On the other hand, if we cling to the illusion that life should be free of difficulties, we will have less motivation to improve a fragile character, erroneously expecting that the simple passage of time will make everything easier. Jung described life as a battlefield, something constant and unchangeable. He emphasized that if it were not so, existence itself would come to an end. Another crucial element of the psychological understanding that Jung considered of utmost importance for his patients was the understanding that our problems lie in the present. Solving current problems does not require a deep investigation of the past. Many like to think that they can only progress if they unravel the origins of their characteristics. But Jung believed that focusing excessively on the past was an evasion strategy to avoid facing what needs to be done now. The danger contemporary individuals face is waking up one day and realizing they've already spent half of their lives. Psychopharmaceuticals have become one of the most popular alternatives for treating anxiety and depression disorders. However, these substances often serve only as temporary supports for psychological conflicts rather than definitive solutions. There are alternatives for addressing anxiety and depression. In this video, we'll explore the ideas of Carl Jung, an eminent psychiatrist from the past. First, if you haven't done so yet, consider clicking the appreciation button below the video. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, do so to receive notifications about new content. Many are still stuck on the idea that anxiety disorders have exclusively cerebral causes. Unfortunately, many traditional doctors still adhere to this perspective, harming their patients who end up being mass-produced in our era. Much of these patients have been convinced by medical doctrine that their afflictions are of a physical nature. However, Jung argued that most cases of anxiety and depression are not the result of brain dysfunctions, but rather of inadequate lifestyles. Therefore, the first step in Jung's method did not involve prescribing medication, but rather offering a dose of psychological understanding of what to expect from life and knowledge about what needs to be changed. People need to recognize that not just neurotics, but all of us naturally prefer not to identify in ourselves the causes of any discomfort, pushing them as far away from us in space and time as possible. Otherwise, we would risk having to promote changes for the better. Compared to this aversive risk, it seems much more advantageous to attribute the blame to external factors, or, in the worst case, to believe that the deficiencies arose by themselves during childhood. One of the pillars of any complete psychological method is the willingness to face our own shadow. The shadow is a term used by Jung to describe the aspects of our character that we reject and repress into the unconscious due to shame, insecurity, or censure. In other words, the shadow is the side of our personality that we seek to hide from others and ourselves. It is undeniable that humans are generally less virtuous than they idealize themselves to be. Everyone has a shadow, and the less it is incorporated into consciousness, the denser and darker it will become. Jung argued that confronting the shadow was fundamental in the process of personal transformation. Firstly, denying inferior parts of our character does not favor us. Having control over how and when these aspects emerge is essential. Moreover, if we recognize a character flaw, we can learn to control its expression, thus minimizing the damage it can cause. Anything that becomes conscious can be corrected, while that which remains unconscious escapes our reach and is subject to continuous decline. Nature, however, ensures that unconscious contents emerge into consciousness sooner or later, creating the necessary confusion for growth. The shadow does not consist solely of potentials, as some of its facets are forces we repressed in our youth, due to influences from our peers, family, or society, which led us to erroneously believe that these characteristics would be inappropriate. Some repress the ability to express anger or to defend themselves, for example. Bringing the shadow to the light of consciousness also provides access to character traits that can enrich human existence. The shadow contains even qualities that, in some way, could vitalize and beautify life. Observing the shadow in others can also reveal hidden parts of ourselves, as well as projecting elements of our own shadow onto others. By noticing character traits in others that bother us, we can glimpse our own shadow, reflecting on the underlying motives of our actions, especially those of which we are ashamed, and being willing to self-criticize when necessary are approaches that help bring the shadow to light. Often, the only thing preventing us from seeing our own shadow is the ability to be honest with ourselves. Along with increasing awareness of the shadow, another essential facet of Jung's treatment method was to assist his patients in finding meaning in their lives. He believed that when someone is immersed in deep depression or consumed by an anxiety disorder, finding a meaningful role in the drama of life is crucial. Jung believed that many in modern times suffer because their lives lack meaning. The task for those who wish to escape anxiety or depression is to discover this meaning. We must find a way to justify our existence so that, like in myths, we can believe that our life has a purpose. This brings peace. When people feel they are living as actors in the divine drama, that is the only thing that gives meaning to human life. Everything else is trivial and dispensable. Careers, raising children, and other achievements can be compared to one thing: giving meaning to life. I'm not suggesting that everyone adopt mythology literally. Instead, my point is that many suffer because life lacks meaning. To overcome this, we need to discover how to play a relevant role in the divine drama of existence. For the few who achieve this feat, a meaningful life will shape their destiny. For the many who don't, years or decades of meaningless suffering and incessant searching will be their fate. Living in the modern age brings with it a series of psychological challenges that many individuals face on a daily basis. One of these challenges is the risk of waking up one day and realizing that half of their lives have already passed. This is especially relevant in a society that often values productivity and the relentless pursuit of goals, leaving little room for reflection and the pursuit of meaning in life. To deal with the emotional challenges that arise along the way, psychopharmaceuticals have become one of the most popular alternatives for treating anxiety and depression disorders. However, these substances often serve only as temporary supports for psychological conflicts, rather than definitive solutions. It is essential to consider alternatives beyond medication to find lasting emotional balance. This includes exploring therapeutic approaches that focus on understanding individual thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Cognitive behavioral therapy, for example, can help people identify dysfunctional thought patterns and develop strategies to deal with them in a healthier way. Moreover, the pursuit of meaning in life plays a crucial role in promoting mental health. When we find ourselves immersed in a constant quest for external achievements, it's easy to forget the importance of cultivating an internal sense of purpose and contentment. Reflecting on our values, passions, and connections with others can be a valuable path to finding that meaning. In summary, while psychopharmaceuticals can play an important role in the treatment of anxiety and depression disorders, it is crucial to recognize that they are not the only answer. The pursuit of lasting emotional balance involves considering complementary therapeutic approaches and exploring the meaning in life. In this way, we can face the challenges of modern life with greater resilience and well-being. Jung wrote, "I am only interested in making what is within each individual fulfilled. That is the whole problem. It is the problem of the true people. Today I do everything necessary so that my Father, the Son, can rise above the horizon. Thank you for following until the end. I hope this video has been enriching and has made you reflect. If you are new here, continue the journey of wisdom with us. See you soon. If you found this content valuable, please share it with friends and family so they can also benefit from these insights. Don't forget to watch the next video that will appear on the screen, bringing more tips and useful information for you.